Hey guys, today was a very important day for the market. If you were not playing today and you don't know what happened today, it would be very useful for you to see the 1 day chart on a lot of stocks. For example, let's look at SPY. Let me just hide my drawings. Let's look at our 1 day. Just look at that volume. Look at that green volume. So what happened today, you might ask? Okay, so today we opened down with a gap down of around -2%, and we recovered all the way up to almost plus two and a half, more than 2.5%, almost 3%. So what happened? What caused the drop? CPI. So if you don't know what CPI is basically a measure of inflation, and the inflation numbers came in higher than what the market was pricing for, and obviously that caused a drop in the market because obviously inflation isn't bad. Inflation is bad, and the market reacted heavily to that. But more interestingly, what happened is we recovered from that. We recovered from -2% and actually had almost a 5% swing on the day. And this green volume, I think, speaks for itself in saying that buyers are still willing to buy in an economic environment like this. A chart that I really liked to play off of today, and I was playing a lot off of, was SPX. SPX, if you watch the last few videos, there's this 3645 at 3643. This support slash resistance. So it was once resistance, as you can see by the wick off of this candle. So we got wicked off of this candle on the daily. We broke it. We tried to go above right here. We broke it around here, and then finally we crossed. Today we crossed above the resistance. And if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can see we tried to test it one time. We quite didn't reach it on the 1 hour. We tried it a second time, and we got a wick down. And the next candle, we were able to claim the resistance with very good volume. And then we had a red candle, another green candle, and then finally a last low volume. It's like kind of a negligible candle. And the way that I see this, how do I view this? You may ask. And I see this honestly as bullish. I think that short term or maybe even midterm, we have quite a bit to catch up to. I think we can reclaim around 37.25 around here. There's quite a bit of a gap to fill here. There's a little bit of a gap to fill here, all the way around here. I think we touched that. There's going to be a resistance. So if we draw a line, there's going to be a resistance around here. And the gap we're trying to fill is from here to here. More specifically, from here to here. So we're going to see resistance around 37.15 and 37.50. That's going to be our two resistances. If we can claim that and we can see that as support, I think that we can go upwards of 380, 389, maybe even we'll see SPY 390, maybe by November or the start of November, around maybe 1 or 2 weeks out. I would like to see calls being taken. But yeah, how do I see CPI for next month happening? I'm honestly bullish on next month's CPI. I think that the Fed has been using a lot of 75 BPSs, and inflation is still a sticky situation, and inflation is still around. However, I don't think that the number will peak any more than it already has. I think September was a really bad month for the market, and just consumers in general, inflation was really high. And as far as it looks right now, October is around the same, but I think there's much more time for inflation to come down quite a bit. So second part of today's video is going to be some tickers that I have in mind. One that I would like to share with you is Tesla. Okay, let me hide these. Tesla is right at the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. If you look at the 1 day chart, the 1 day chart reclaimed over the last red candle, and we have quite a bit. Let's go back to the 1 hour chart. We have quite a bit way to go. I think the last time we were up, this was Friday, so I think this was a big sell-off, and then I would consider all of this kind of chop downward. This was our test of support. If we can claim above 227, around 228, I would love to see calls all the way back up to 237, 240. And yeah, Tesla's a really good ticker to add to your watch list right now for call side. I would watch how it reacts to this orange line. If we gap up in the morning and we claim the orange line, I would wait for a retest of a red candle on this and see if we bounce off of it. And if we do, I would enter calls for. I don't recommend trading zero DTEs, but I think that call side on Tesla tomorrow should be pretty much guaranteed money if we do see a bounce. NVIDIA has earnings coming up. NVIDIA reclaimed the 50 EMA. That's very, very exciting news. And NVIDIA, it almost reclaimed the low of almost Friday close, which was around 122, 121.5. I was gonna enter 127 calls today for swings because I think that I personally think that we fill this gap right here. I think semis. I think Soxel had a really good day also. Most stocks had a really good day. I'd also keep in mind that Soxel was not able to cross over the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. Another stock that I have in mind that I've entered positions for is XLE. I am bullish on energy. I think that energy rallied even when stocks went down, and if we do have a bullish rally, I think energy will be a front runner of the rally. Energy has been up relatively higher than the market. It's been front running the market, and I'm bullish on energy. Add XLE to your watch list. Add Oxy to your watch list. Add any energy stocks to your watch list that you are aware of. Energy and XLE are my two big ones. Another stock that had quite a bit of volume today, Lululemon has been pretty free money if you entered puts at open. Yesterday we opened very green and then instantly dropped. I saw this on my watch list and I was like, wow, I should have entered puts. But puts have been very, very free on a green open on Lululemon. However, we still have this resistance / support of the 50 EMA to cross over. If we don't cross over this resistance, I think that puts will still be free money even though the market is bullish. Lulu has been kind of beat up more than the market has been, like the general market has been. Lulu has been kind of beat up over the last basically year. And I am bearish on Lulu. I think that even though they do open green relatively to the market, I think that it's free to play puts on them. Another stock that I think is bullish, I know I entered puts on Snow. I have exited those puts. The reason being is we have 1, 2, 3 wicks. So we have 3 wicks in the same general area on Snow. What this shows me is not just is it a good bottom, but it is a very strong bottom. That being said, if we do break this bottom, we do see a lot of downside. However, I am not going to be willing to take a risk and say we do break the bottom. We saw 2, 3 really good, relatively good wicks off of it, and the market was just crazy today. And Snow opened down almost 4%, and then it reclaimed all the way up to -1%. Actually, I'm curious. I think Snow opened down way lower than that. Snow opened down today at 145, 146, and then it closed. The high of day was 158. That's a $12 swing almost. That's really insane. So I am bullish on Snow. I'm going to wait for this to cross over the 50 EMA, the orange line, before I enter any of these positions. MSFT, Microsoft. Microsoft is another good ticker to watch right now. Microsoft has claimed the orange line, the 50 EMA. If the market continues bullishness, I am bullish all the way up to 240. If 240 end up being a resistance, I would enter calls all the way to 240, but I would wait for a retest of 240 to continue holding those calls. I think the 240 will serve as a good resistance for Microsoft, and if we do claim 240, I think we go all the way back up to around 250. 250 was a good top, relatively good top. If you see right here, it was not able to break around 250 a few days ago. And one more ticker that I want you guys to have on your watch list, QQQ. QQQ was an insane play today. QQQ, I am up almost 200% on QQQ. I think they're 3 weeks out. I have 3 weeks on those contracts and they're up 200% today. And I entered them late. If I entered them at the bottom, I don't even want to think about how much they're worth. But I entered them really late, and QQQ, I think, had more. Yeah, QQQ was not more. I think they had more volume than SPY today. Let me check. So how do I check this? Average volume. Today's volume was 1.13 mil, almost 113 mil, and SPY was, oh, never mind. SPY had 150 million. Okay, but QQQ reclaimed the orange line. Let me check if SPY did too. Yep, SPY did also. QQQ reclaimed the orange line as well as SPY. Both of the indexes are showing bullishness. I think I'm bullish all the way up to 280, honestly. The top is 282, 283. And I would start selling my calls around 275 if just to take profits. Yeah, if you guys like this type of video where I just will go through my watch list and find plays with you guys, and you guys are interested in this type of video, please be sure to drop a comment. These videos are pretty fun to make because I like to go through my watch list. And if you guys have certain tickers you guys want me to check out, I'm always willing to expand my watch list. These are just a few tickers that I like to play. I like to play tickers that have relatively good volume. I don't like tickers like T. I know they're like really cheap, and like Snap, they're pretty cheap. But I don't like playing them because they don't get quite as much volume as like a SPY or a QQQ or like a Sox or an NVDA, TQQQ and SQQQ. They got a lot of volume too. These guys got 225 million volume. I just like to play tickers that have tons of volume, so I know that people are willing to play them. I'm gonna get good fills on them. But yeah, if you guys are interested in certain tickers, please be sure to drop a comment with them. I am always going to respond back to these comments. And I'm glad you guys like the videos, honestly. It takes a lot of time out of my day. I have to film these videos maybe 2 or 3 times. I end up messing up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like what you see, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one.